Hello. I thought I'd show you a little game that I'm working on. This is a big project that's probably going to take me years, but I'm going to start uploading little development videos. And if this is your type of thing and you want to follow the development of the game, then subscribe and keep track of the game. It's called Elysia Outpost, but that's just like a working title. It's not really like a set thing. And the idea of the game is basically it's sort of like the Starfield, Star Wars Outlaws type of thing. You know, like where you're an underdog against like an authoritarian government, and you live on a planet, and you got to fight the authority. But there's also a lot of crafting elements and city management elements, and it's gonna be like quite a big scope game. There's like a lot of mechanics mixed into one. So you can like eat, you can sleep, you can build houses and rent them out to people that live on the planet with you. And there's like energy needs and things. You have to like provide energy. And there's also like fighting, shooting, farming. There's like missions that you go on and things like that. Boss fights. There's a lot of things mixed into one. But this is going to be like the first planet that you see, which is your home planet. And it's just going to be where you sort of learn the ropes. You get given blueprints. So at the beginning you get given like the farming blueprints, and one of your missions is to make and grow crops, and then it shows you how to build houses. There's going to be different regions. So on each planet there's going to be like 4 regions, and this is region 1. And then there's going to be another region where you can build. But this region you're not going to be able to build in. This is going to be like an outpost where there's going to be buildings already set up. So you can only build where there's no settlements. And yeah, you're going to have to like chop trees down, mine stones, go into caves and things, and get like rare minerals and materials and things. I'll just show you what I've got so far. It's a 2D game, obviously. Like you can see by the graphics. I've done all the music as well, if you can hear any music. I've got this little thing at the moment, this well-rested thing. I've got status effects going, and I've only got 2. I've got the well-rested one, which gives you a little boost to your player stats, like movement and things, health, and like your ability to fight. And then I've also got the encumbered one. So when you're carrying too much weight, then you get encumbered and your speed slows down. So this is the basics of it. You can open crates, you can loot all these objects. I've got like cards. These are collectible cards. I've only got like 2 items in the game at the moment. I've got the cards and I've got wood. And the cards are basically collectibles. They don't do anything in the game, but they have value. And there's going to be a page where it's like a sticker book, where when you collect one, it gives you the card in the sticker book sort of thing in the collection. And any spare ones that you get, you can sell. There's quite funny descriptions. They're like, partied for 16 months without stopping, fan of the Moon Pigeon. The Moon Pigeon is going to be like a band in the game. It's like referenced quite a bit. Ran 100 meters in 6 seconds. He was being chased by a pack of lions, though. Just like random things like that. They're like famous people from the lore of the game. You can rename these crates. If I click, I'll call it Liam's crate. Oh, spelled it wrong. I've got a error with that at the moment. Well, it's renamed it, but I've still got the error. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. I'm gonna have to fix that. It still renamed it though. I cannot open that now. This one. A few more items. I can take all the items. I can put items in as well. I can hold shift and click, and it puts the items into the chest. I can also drag them. I've got like a weight thing going for the inventory. I don't know if this music's too loud, by the way. I couldn't really test the music. So these are just random cards. We've got an orange one there. I don't remember doing the orange ones. That might be an error. We'll have to look into that. Although we do have the yellow ones. We've got a loot all button as well. I'll have to show you that another time. The mouse thing I've got going, I've only just done this mouse, so like any object that's in the hotbar at the bottom, like when you change the selection, it puts it into the player's hand, and you've got to be able to do things with some of them. So like if someone requests like this card, the Alan Bolton card, you can put it in your inventory and then go up to them, press the interact button, which is going to be E on the keyboard. It shows you when you get close to an object that it's going to be E for the interact, and then you just give them this object, and then that's how it's going to work. Like for the if you need objects for certain things. I've not got any of the chopping down trees yet. You actually slow down on these stairs. If you look at the speed, it's like just a slight slowing down. Oh, this green crate, by the way, is a shop. I've got this shop working. So, at the moment, like this is only selling materials, and because I've only got wood in as one of the only materials I've done, then you can only buy and sell wood. But it's set up to like have anything that I put as a material. So if I make a new thing and set it as a material that's stone, it's got a chance of appearing in the shop. There's also a value on each shop as well, so you can set it to have no value. So it's like anything that's like common materials basically. And there's common, uncommon, I think it was I think it was expensive or something like that, and then there's exotic. So there's like a few types of value to each item, and some shops only show certain values. Like you can get a high class shop which is like only exotic items, and it's got a small chance of putting each of the exotic items into the shop. So here I'll buy, it says I've got no dollars, but you actually start off with $200 or credits that they're called in the game. I'm using the hashtag as the symbol for money. I'll buy 40 more, so it should put us on to 43. And we've got 43, and that's decreased as well. Oh, I've got this pop-up, I forgot to show you this. When you hover over an item, it shows you the amount in the stack, the value, the weight, and then a little description. But I need to put it so that it shows the type, like material, and if it's like exotic or common. I need to put them two things on. Sell. Because this is a materials shop, I can only sell materials in this shop. So things like wood, I'll sell 21 wood for 16 credits, 80. You sold 21 wood for 16.80. If I try and sell one of the cards, Dave the Rave, 99 credits, I can't sell that type of item because it isn't a material. I'm going to have to find a material shop to sell this item in. Also the cards have no weight as well, so that's why I'm only getting the one. It shouldn't even be one, it should be 22. There we go. I think there's a little glitch of the weight there. $76.80. So that's how the shops are going to work. It's a little bit complicated and it's a little bit like glitchy at the moment. I still need to like fix it a little bit. So you can actually push these crates. I'm planning on doing something with them, like little puzzles. Like in order to open a door, you need to push this onto like a switch and then it'll open a door. Just like common things like that. It's also going to be a cave here that you can go inside. I'm going to have guns on it. This is what the shooting thing's for. The way I'm gonna do the trees, like the chopping trees, I'm not gonna have a tool like an axe and a pickaxe. I'm just gonna have one tool, and it's like a harvesting tool, and you just blast the tree and it'll just harvest the tree. I'll show you something like real quick here. 1 sec. I can't get off the thing now. Right. I've set this up so that only the world, like a certain distance away from the player, gets rendered, and it's like to save memory. So if I just move to the right here, you can see it's only rendering this area of the scene, and it's just like a little like frames per second saver really. I'm getting around 120 FPS, which is pretty decent. I'm aiming to cap it at 60 anyway, so as long as I stay above 60, it's going to be fine. Right, so let's just have a quick look at the. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you that actually. I just realised I can press escape to get that little cursor up. That's what I was struggling with. Right, this is it's called the Explorer menu in the game, and this is going to be like where you get your missions. You can select which mission you want to go on. Blueprints are like the things that you use to build things with. So say I got like you got to start off with a blueprint for like a crop thing, you know, for growing crops in like a crop box. So I select the crop box, and then it closes this, and then I've got it here, and it shows like where I can place it on the map. And then I'm gonna click down. It tells me how much like wood it's gonna cost as well. So say it's gonna cost 10 wood to put a crop box down. Put it on one of these squares, and it's done. And then you can like grow crops into it by going up and pressing the interact button. I don't know whether to put it so that it's just clicking, like, you know, like a mouse click instead of using E. I'm not sure yet. I need to just see which works better. So yeah, that's the blueprints one. Gear. I'm gonna have things like mounts, so you can find like different types of vehicles and mounts they're called. So there's gonna be off-world mounts like spaceships. There's gonna be on-world mounts like vehicles, also like hoverboards and just skateboards, maybe like anything I can think of that's just random. Maybe like a bike or something, or a horse, or a weird like alien animal. And you've got to have slots where you just put your mount in, and then you can press and hold a button on the thing, and you can move a little bit faster around the map with it. What else? Oh, we've got like, there's going to be fire mods. So if you have a gun and it's shooting bullets, you can put a fire mod in the slot, and it will always shoot like 3 bullets at once at slightly different angles, so it like sprays out. Or you can have like rapid fire mod, so it puts 2 bullets out back to back. Just like little things like that. Or a damage mod where it increases the damage of the bullet. You could probably have one for size of the bullet as well. That'd be quite funny. I'm going to have like armour, so head armour, body armour, leg armour. And there's going to be different stats for each of them. What else was there? I'm sure there was something else. I think that's pretty much it for gear though. Map, this is going to be like an overview of the current planet that you're on. And you can only see like a certain area when you go to it. So as soon as I go to like the next area on this planet, then it'll unlock this map for that area. And then I'm gonna have it so you can zoom out and then see like the planetary map and stuff like like the solar systems and things like that. It's gonna be quite a lot of planets. I'm gonna try and like design by hand most of the planets, but I think I might end up doing like a script where it just procedurally generates planets as well, and then I can just open up the door to more and more planets and have like infinite possibilities. Ranks. The ranks, I'm going to change this to player, by the way. This is where your stats are, like your movement stats, and I think I've got like 8 different stats. I've got speed, I've got stealth, lock picking. There's going to be like doors to lock pick and stuff. There's going to be what was the other one? Health, which is like, you know, like how much health you have. Fight, it's called, which is like how much damage you do in a battle, like when you're shooting, how much damage comes out. Luck was one as well. I can't remember the other ones. Yeah, I think that was it. There's also going to be factions in the game, so like the main factions are the resistance. So resistance is like fighting against the authoritarian government. The authoritarian government's going to be called the enforcement, and you can actually join any of these that you want. So you could actually join the bad, like, authoritarian government if you wanted to, and move up the ranks in that system. But like they'd obviously like have to give you missions, and you're gonna have to prove yourself within the factions and things like that. Collections, this is where you get the cards. Like whenever I collect a card, it'll just appear here, and I can just try and fill the whole collection. There's also going to be codexes, so it's like a little bit of lore that you can find, and they'll be in crates and things like that. You can also get them from doing missions. System is just what it basically says here. The usual options and stuff. I've not got any of these working apart from save and load. Like if I save the game now, and then if I just walk down here somewhere, let's try moving that over there as well. And then if I go load game, it loads the same stats up. This player position is back, and that is also back. That's working pretty well at the moment. I'm not sure like how long it's going to last though, because it's a bit fidgety. I'm using Easy Save 3 for the saving, which basically just, you can just tell it which objects to save and which like aspects of the object to save as well. Right, this is it so far, I think. I'll show you some of the scripts and some of the development thing. As you can see, there's no like grass graphics on the actual map. Like this is just a grass tile, and the way I've coded it is at the start when it loads up, it picks a random colour for the tile, and it'll just change that tile colour to a random one, like slight shade of green. And it also has a chance of spawning like a little bit of grass as well. And I've done that just to, so I don't have to spend as much time to just, you know, mess about with putting grass down and making it look nice and stuff. It just does it automatically. So if I start the game now, it'll just randomly choose like grass tiles and grass objects and flowers and things like that. It just puts them on randomly. It's a little pink flower there, little white one there. Yeah, that's just like a little time saver. It's just anywhere where there's a plain grass one. They don't spawn on the edges of the thing as well. Right, so this is the hierarchy. So all of the objects in this, which is most of the game, like mechanics and stuff, is all going to be passed over between scenes. So I've got the player object, I've got the UI, I've got system stuff. Common functions is basically just I'll show you the script actually. The common function script is basically just random bits of like maths and stuff that I use constantly, and I can just call this function straight away. So if I ever wanted to check what tile I was stood on, you know, for the sound effect, I can just call this straight from this common functions. I've got stuff for create footsteps because I could have done it just on the player object, but I want other NPC objects to have footsteps as well. So I just stuck it on the common functions one. Give item. So if I want, I've actually coded it so that I can put an inventory on any object. I'll show you this. So all of these crates have the control inventory script. So anything that I put that script on is able to hold objects. And that's how I'm doing the crates, like for the inventory. And the shop also has one. But it's sort of being a little bit different on the shop because I've got to set it to a shop. I've got to set like the values of things like that. Like they're called enums, which is like a choice. Like stock enum, like this is what should happen if there's no stock in the shop. Null is just open it anyway. Open with greeting saying no stock, and then just open anyway is a choice. Value is like, oh, valuable, uncommon, common, exotic. There's also mix, and there's also like nothing. The reason I've put nothing is because there was a bit of code somewhere where I had to require if there were, like what thing it was, and I wanted it to happen to everything or nothing. I think that was the case. Like, mix is just everything, whereas null is like absolutely anything or nothing. Which shop type enum? So materials, food, tools, upgrades. Chems are going to be like potions and things like that. Vehicles. Can rename is the ability to rename. I still don't know what went wrong with that renaming thing. I'm going to have to make a note of that. So yeah, anything with a control inventory script is able to hold like inventory items. So I could put that on an NPC. It could be carrying certain objects, and you have to kill him, and it'll just drop the objects. Hide if off screen. That's to get the FPS boost by hiding everything. It doesn't actually hide the full object. It just disables the sprite renderer. So it just gives a little bit of a boost. Yeah, there's also this interactable script. So if I want to be able to interact with this object, I put this interactable script on. I can set how close it is to interact with it, and yeah, that just it's like an offset for the E icon. Like on the crates, it's just above center, so it's like around here. So that's what that's doing. And also that's telling it what should happen when you interact with it. So show NPC inventory. Every single inventory that's been shown to the player shows up on either your player inventory or an NPC inventory, which is the same one, but it just loads all the data from the inventory script. Or I can run a script, so I'm gonna have like custom scripts. I've not got that set up though. I just put it as an option just in case. There's also details on every object. So every object's going to have a name that's readable, a description, can be destroyed, can be built on, health, toughness, like sound effects, like what happens when it's destroyed, what happens when it spawns, carries credits, is VIP. So if it's a VIP, it can't be destroyed. And it's like an important thing. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to think what else there is. There's some system stuff, like just any item that I make in the game. I'm using scriptable objects for the most of the items. So I've got this thing where every time I make a new object, I just put it into one of these categories, and this determines like the shop categories for where you should find those things. The combined list is like everything. Audio managers to handle the audio. There's a slight little bug with that where the music stops playing when I like move out of the software, and it restarts the song as well, which I don't know how to fix. I've got loads of stuff happening in this UI thing. The whole game's pretty much going to be UI. Mouse. I've got a script for controlling like the mouse and the positions. Like there was like it's like a target thing, and then there's two little balls. I'll show you. There's two little balls that appear like between the target where the mouse is, and it's just to give the player a sense of like position. You can see it there. These two little balls, and like if I'm aiming over here, I can see the line of sight there by the balls, and then they disappear when like a inventory thing appears. We've got a pop-up, which is like when you hover over the inventory item. Explorer menu is like all the normal stuff. Just all the messaging. I didn't even talk about that. All the messages that pop up in the bottom. There's I'm just basically instantiating a message prefab, and I'm setting the text on the prefab, and it's positioning it there. And every time there's a new one, it just boosts the other ones up. I need to put it though so it fades out the higher up it gets. I don't want it to go past there because I want the quest stuff to be here. That's pretty much it. The player, there's nothing on this player object. Like all the player stuff is on the player body, and this is telling it like the graphics, because I want a little bit of a character creation tool. So there'll be different heads and bodies and things like that, and hairstyles as well. There we go. That's pretty much the game so far. Yeah, the next videos will probably be a little bit shorter than this one. Just update videos, basically. So click that like button and subscribe, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions or comments or anything. And hopefully I'm gonna get it finished within like a few years. I've been working on this for a month, so this is a month's worth of development, and I'm fairly new to Unity. I've never really done many things in Unity before. I did a course. I did all the Unity courses that's online for free, and I just learnt it that way. I do have like some history in different programming languages though, so it wasn't that difficult to learn how to do Unity. Yeah, I'm loving Unity though. I can't like recommend it enough. I've not tried Unreal Engine though or anything like that, so I know a lot of people think that one's the best one, but Unity's the one that I learnt with, so it's the one that I'm gonna be sticking with. Got no problem with it either, so it's all good. Yep. The plan is to release on Steam as well. That's the main goal. So if it does well on Steam, then we'll look at consoles. But I really just want to get a PC game on Steam. Right, so thanks for watching. If you stuck out this long, then you must be interested in the game. I'll see you next time in the next update. Bye.